Good morning and welcome to another edition of Our Take. I'm your host, Farrah Derr, and my co-host, Mr. Torrence Thompson. How are you doing
Good
this morning, TT?
good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. How was your week? How
It's
was your week?
another week, man. Everyday struggles. Everyday work, family, and
Mm,
teenagers. That's all
man,
my life
listen.
is right now.
This week was this week was long. I think it was Monday till Friday. Till it was Friday. When Tuesday wasn't Tuesday, it was Monday. Wednesday it was Monday again. Thursday it was Monday again.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was a long week for me. I don't know about all you viewers out there, but I had a long week and I'm glad it's over. It was a good week, productive, but it was long. God knows. Sorry you having those teenage troubles over there. You know.
2 or 3 more years, she be off to college, and then I have teenage college women troubles. That's all it's
Yeah,
gonna be.
I'm trying to tell you, it's easier when they're at home. When they get a little older, man, listen. I feel like it costs me more. Dreams and aspirations.
You said it can cost more? I mean, for real, it can cost more than
Like,
it costs now.
yeah, it can. It can depend on how you want to be. Some people out here that just take care of their kids. Responsibility. But that's another story for a different type of podcast. But hey,
True
you know.
indeed. True indeed.
Just wondering how the week was, but yeah, all y'all out there were kids going back to school. Welcome back. Some of them are going to Texas, East Coast. They're going back. I'm seeing all these little pictures, all these little kids. Y'all stop tearing your kids' nerves apart before they get to school, taking all these damn pictures. Okay, I done seen
Uh,
56 pictures of one kid. That's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. Now they're at school sleeping. They've been up since 5:30 taking pictures.
well, we,
Come
we
on.
we take pictures, but I don't post them. I keep them for every year somewhere so she can look back and say, okay, ninth grade, 10th grade, blah blah blah. But
Graduation
I don't put them out
collage.
there.
Yeah, graduation collages and things like that. It's gonna be really good for it. Jalen wasn't a post me person either, so I post him every blue moon, but he's just not a social media type person, so I try to respect that. But anywho, let's get on into this week. NFL. NFL is here. It's preseason still going on. Like I said, I'm not a fan. I don't think you're too big of a fan. I don't know if anybody's too big of a fan. I'm just ready to get through it, through this preseason, so we can get to the meat, to the good stuff. But they are letting some people play, so we're able to see a little bit what might go down. I guess we want to talk about this AFC and NFC. I know it's early. I know it's early, but I want to get this prediction out of you, Torrance, now, because I don't want no kind of hiccups in December, January. I don't want to hear it. We're not bandwagon jumpers. You stick with start out how you gonna hold out. Okay, that's what I'm gonna need you to do. So I want to know who wins the AFC and the NFC. Your take.
Woo! Now you started off hot today. You didn't start off like who's gonna win a division. You ain't start off who gonna come
Heard
through and
about
make the
that.
playoffs.
We already know
You go
that.
straight to you go to the straight of the meat of this.
Yes.
And I'm
Yes,
gonna be
sir.
up front and I'm gonna be honest. This is a extremely hard question because I'm a die-hard, yeah. And but
Man, listen,
even
take your heart out of it because be a fan right now because you know you're not winning. So let it go. No more than my Broncos. I don't even know who our quarterback is. I am don't unapologetically don't care about what's going on right now. I will later. But go ahead. You finish.
but taking my heart out of it, and it's hard because we gonna make the playoffs like we always do. You just break my heart at that point. If we're gonna say who's gonna win the AFC and who's gonna win the NFC, and this also hurts me because my prediction for the AFC
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
finally Baltimore. They know Kansas City is great and Mahomes is the ultimate Michael Jordan. Nobody can get around him. But I see this year as one of those years the pack is going to catch up. It's going to be close. And I
Wow.
don't even see Kansas City playing in the AFC Championship game. I'm seeing Baltimore against Cincinnati. That's how
Torrance,
tough I'm pulling this off.
Torrance, I've
Did
known
you
you
hear
a
that?
long time. I've known you a long time. I know you don't do drugs. I know you didn't do drugs. But are you okay? Are you
I've
okay?
never done drugs, thank you. but it's going to be Baltimore out of the AFC. You heard it from me, even from a Steeler fan, and and this is recorded, so this is gonna hurt me because people are gonna see this.
Yeah.
And NFC
Yeah.
wise,
I don't even know what to say right now. I can't even move.
take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It's okay.
Hey, you are
And
tripping. But it's your take.
and the NFC, it's going to be like the same situation in the AFC. Two teams from the same division. I'm going with in the NFC Championship game starting off, Green Bay and Detroit, and I'm seeing Detroit finally making their first Super Bowl against Baltimore. So you heard my prediction
I
now:
can see
Baltimore
that.
versus Detroit.
Whew. Let me write that down. Hold on.
Write that down. Write that down now. Baltimore
You
versus
know, black
Detroit.
folk will change up something. Baltimore versus Detroit Lions, or did they make a new team? No, I'm joking.
No,
Detroit.
the Roaring Lions of Detroit is what's gonna happen. So I know those going to be surprised and tough picks.
Let me look at some comments on here because I can't be the one thinking that you are old drugs. You don't live far. I can stop by Walgreens right there on the corner, 423. I use my HSA card and get you a drug test. This is stupid. Let's see, Jordan, my nephew. Remember last week I said his birthday was Saturday? He joined us. My nephews love me. I love my nephews and my nieces. All of them. But happy birthday, Jordan. Today is Jordan Derr's birthday. Everybody show him
Happy
some
birthday.
love. Happy birthday, Jordan. AKA George. Let's see. Need to replace that Broncos with a Chief logo. Jordan, see, I just gave you a damn birthday shout. You see how family do you? It's your birthday.
That's what family does.
It's his birthday, so I'm gonna let he's old Chiefs fan. And I'm about to get to my take on this thing here, okay? Raina. Yes, cost definitely has gone up. She got a few kids, but I don't even know why she's talking because she just traveled the whole damn continent. The world. Okay, Torrence. I'm gonna drop a name. If you want to view the world from this summer, go to her page. I don't know if it's private. No, I'm joking. Don't everybody flood her page. But thanks for joining, Raina. She actually travels a lot. Her and her children, her family. It's a beautiful thing to see. I grew up with her, and I just love to see that. I'm talking about places we don't go, man. This chick be everywhere. But anywho. Hey, Raina, Leslie, Crystal Easter. Thank you guys for joining. Let's see, Tyrone, what you talking about? I walked in on the Green Bay, Detroit. Are you serious right now, Tyrone?
Yes, he came in right on my NFC Championship game, Green Bay versus Detroit. Now, I don't want anybody to.
I know Tyrone got questions.
I don't want anybody to think I don't respect San Francisco.
Clearly.
God forbid me saying Dallas or any of those other things. But what I'm going to say is it's just something about, I believe, these Lions this year who's going to make it. And then, of course, on the AFC side, Baltimore is just it's just time. It's time for Jackson to get over that hump. You've been the MVP. You've been the best player in the regular season. It's time to either you're going to put up or shut up. This is it. And I believe that you added Henry back there in that backfield, so you don't even have to throw the ball no more, apparently, because nobody can stop you running.
How you going to have two giants running the ball? It's pretty much, I'm just wondering how they're going to cohesively go. I do understand. Here, we already know what kind of player Henry is. Straight downhill, he's dragging folk 10, 15 yards. But, I think, he's going to take away from what the quarterback likes to do. I know it's not going to take away from his running, but, I mean, who are they going to use on 3rd and 2?
They're going to use Henry on 3rd and 2, and they're going to use Jackson on those fakes and runs because it's speed and power, thunder and lightning. This is what you got. What you going to need on 3rd and 2? You know Henry can fall forward and get 3 yards. The boy, what, 6'5", 300?
He can.
I mean, for real.
Let's see how it goes. I mean, I think they can, and I think it will help keep the quarterback safe. Keep him healthy a little bit longer. But depending on the defenses out there, they may not can blast it right up the middle. They might have to, bootleg and go on around that corner, which they will need their quarterback at that point. But I just
Hmm.
wonder, we'll see how they play it. I'm sure these coaches are going to do good. But for my take,
Yes, I'm listening. I'm ready for
well,
this. Woo!
I don't, and I kept it simple. I'm just going to give you the teams and call it a day. And no, I'm not going away from. I'm not saying I'm going away from the norm, but I still feel like they're still dominant. I got the Chiefs in San Francisco. That's, I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of either team, but we cannot take away from the Chiefs. We cannot take away from Mahomes. Last year I tried it. Okay, I tried my best to go against that kid. I tried it. I really did. And he still did what he had to do. It pissed me off. So I have to give respect where it's at, whether I want him to make it or not. No, I don't want Mahomes to come out of the AFC. I really don't. But I know he is. And in San Francisco, if they do what they need to do. We'll talk about that, a little bit later, in just a few. But if all their pieces are together, you still got Debo, you got Ayu, you got McCaffrey, you got Purdy, which y'all people still will not get that boy his respect. You still have all those pieces, dude. There's no way they're not coming out of the NFC. So, um, that's where I'm at with it. Until something happens in the season and to prove otherwise, and I'm not gonna bandwag. I ain't gonna jump, but I truly do think in the end, they have the most experience. They've been through this. Yes, there's other teams right on the bubble. I'm not going against Detroit. Oh, and trust and believe, I love Baltimore. Let me go there. Your boy, I love him. I love him in his cornrows and not, his little ghetto self. But he just hasn't done it yet. He has to prove to me that he can do it. He's had a couple chances, not multiple, but he's had a couple chances, and he blew it. You know what I mean? So until you prove otherwise, and I think he's had enough chances to be able to prove it. Unlike like him, Allen, he's had a chance to prove it. For God's sake, you gotta think of it in that aspect. So I don't trust. I don't believe that. I'm not saying he can't, but I don't trust that he will because he hasn't in the past. So I'm gonna have to stick with the Chiefs in San Francisco. I'm sorry. Yeah, I hope Baltimore
I
make it, but I don't think he'll pull it out.
I don't want Baltimore to get there. I'm a Steeler fan. With all my heart, I don't want Baltimore near it. But if in reality sake, gotta be real. Um,
Right?
Again, Mahomes is a beast, and he is sitting there blocking great players from getting to the Super Bowl. I don't know what he's doing, but there has to be a moment that somebody's going to get him, and I believe this is the
Who?
year.
Who
Because
is
if,
it?
if
I mean, who? Who? I mean, like, I guess you did make a good take on it earlier. I'm just trying to figure. I mean, I feel like I don't know. I'm sitting here. I'm looking at my papers. I'm just looking at the team. I don't see nothing. I'm sticking with it. I can't. I have
remember,
nothing. Only people who can surprise and come out is Houston. That's where I'm at. I think Houston could be a surprise, come out of the AFC. They could, but will they? I don't know. I love Stroud. You see what he did last year, first year. But I just don't see that. I think in the end that damn Mahomes is gonna do something and win this damn game. And and
there
San
is
Fran
one
is just
player you
San.
slipping on.
Who?
There's one person who has beaten Mahomes. Now, I don't see his team right now, but there's a player who's out there who has proven in the big game who have beaten Mahomes. We know Josh Allen can't do it. No matter how close he's gotten, he can't. But
Please don't
there's
say
one dude who's
Burrow.
done it, and the only reason he hadn't done it
Who?
consistently is because he got hurt, and that's Joe
Burrow.
Burrow.
I knew you was gonna say
Um,
Burrow.
and I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
they're gonna.
again,
Maybe this. He did cut his hair off and looking like Dusty Rhodes' son.
yep.
What's his name? That's why I know him by Dusty Rhodes' son. I don't even know his name. Bills aren't considered an AFC factor for either of you. No, they're not. I like the
No,
Bills. They're not. No, Tyrone. No, sir. No, sir. I like the Bills. I love Josh Allen, and I think he's cute. That's another topic, but I do. I'm sorry. Um, he hasn't proven himself either. He's had a
no.
couple chances. I think he
I think he's
can.
really good.
He's awesome. God,
I want to say he's really good. The problem I'm seeing now is can he when he had receivers, he couldn't elevate to the Super Bowl. Now he's got to get in there and elevate a team without any true number one receiver right now, other than the rookie, and take that team to go and beat the Kansas Cities, go and beat the Baltimores. Now,
No.
last year they had a winning formula that they did, but what are you going to do when you got to throw the ball? Who are you going to throw to? And number two, that defense stepped up at the end of last season, which was great. But I did see on some preseason, I think their middle linebacker got hurt again. So there's going to be a lot of injuries coming through. I like Buffalo. I just if I'll say this, if they were good enough to get the number one seed and everybody got to go through Buffalo in that cold,
Okay.
may pull for Buffalo.
We'll go to the championship. They'll go to the championship game, but it's still not going to come out.
You know,
That's just
but
bad.
But right now, I'm going to stick to mine, and I'm going to wonder why you want me to see a Super Bowl that I've seen 2 years in a row. Why would you want me to see it for the third year?
I don't want you to, but I mean, it is what it is. Nothing's come out of college that's game changing. That's going to change it right now. So we got what we got right now.
You making me wait for a halftime show. Now I got to wait to see who's going to be at halftime because I ain't going to watch the game because you want me to see the same game.
Who y'all think is going to be at the halftime show? Oh, shit.
Dude.
Who might be at the halftime show? Y'all got any takers this year? Oh.
I haven't heard.
I know. I haven't
probably
seen
going to bring Taylor Swift back.
Torrence,
yeah, because you want Kansas City in there. They going to bring Taylor Swift in there. Swift. That's what you asking for.
You know what? That is probably a good scenario. Taylor Swift might be in there. She's having a lot of other influence because we'll talk about it later because that's just my take. Y'all remember we said it first. Taylor Swift, wait to the end of the show because I truly believe, never mind. We'll talk about that later. Hey, Marianne, what's up, Monica? Everybody joining. Good morning. Let's see. Yeah, so definitely we're going to see, and I got your take wrote down, so y'all remember this. He said Baltimore versus Detroit. I love to see it, but we're going to see.
And she said replay. Just remember replay. If you've seen it, you're going to see it again. The same game over and over again.
I'm just saying you may see it over and over and over, but we'll see. And a lot of it will have, something to do with some of these top picks. This goes kind of into what we were talking about, why they may win. Who is your top 5 quarterbacks this year?
My top 5 quarterbacks. See?
Who's your top 5 quarterbacks? So let's see.
Yeah.
We got Torrence over here. We have his little
put it up on the
picks.
screen.
Put it up. There you go, y'all. This is Torrance's top picks.
See?
Let's see. Who you got? Mahomes?
Mahomes is number 1.
Go ahead. You go ahead and unveil your top picks. Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. Mahomes is number 1. No question. We know why. No question about it. Jackson number 2. MVP twice in this league. The best regular season player. Time to turn it up a little bit. Okay. Then we have Joe Burrow, who's coming back from the injury, looking like, as you said, a young Dustin Rhodes or an early Eminem from the 90s. We know how that look. But the boy can play. Yeah. And he elevates the talent around him. And Cincinnati is in everybody's mouth because of Joe Burrow. They know who they are and they know what they can do. And you saw what happened when he's not around. My 4th is your boy Josh Allen. As we said, the boy can play. The boy can ball. I have no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I just want to see if he can elevate a team and take them to the next level. That's what he has to do now. And my final is a tie. And people will question it.
Y'all, I wanted to. There's no ties in football. Okay.
There's a tie in my top 5.
That's just sad. That you have 6. I asked you for 5, but go ahead. You don't follow rules.
You got Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott. In my opinion,
just to put them in the
they're
same
almost the same. They're the same player. They do it different. One does it with his arms, the other one does it with his arm and his legs, and one has taken a team to a Super Bowl. Might not have won it, but he has taken a team to a Super Bowl. And we also have to remember Hurts also had that team 11-1 going into last year. Then they broke down at the end of the season. That happens. I heard there was a rift between him and the coach, and that's what broke that team apart last year. And then there's that quarterback from Dallas, which I could never just give credit to Dallas players, but I will because the dude has his stats match up with Mahomes. I can't deny that. His regular season stats, his wins, his quarterback rating, all these match up. It's just, can you do it in the playoffs?
Okay.
Now, we said top 5. We didn't say top 5 winners. We didn't say
You
top
gave me
5. And he
6.
is
We
in
did
the
say
top
top
5.
5. You didn't even give me a top 5. You gave me 6. But however,
I gave you 5, and I give you an
I
A and a
gave you,
B. Yeah.
and you threw a cowboy in at that. Like, how? You know, all right. It's,
You know that hurts us, and that's a shout out to our friend Kenny wherever he is right now. But I
right?
had to put him in there because he is one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the league. And if you don't believe it, tell me. Well, you'll tell me in a minute who
I
would take
sure
his
am.
place,
I
and
sure
who else
will.
in the league that that would be better than him that I didn't name.
So you would rather put somebody who has how many playoff wins he has?
2 in his lifetime. 2.
How many years he been the starting quarterback?
Now
I'm
I
not
can't
trying to
answer that
make you
question.
defend the Cowboys, but I just can't believe you put him up there. But no, Dak, he hasn't. He's man. Listen, nah, I ain't even
I can't.
gonna do it.
I can't
But
defend the
listen,
Cowboys. I
the
can
thing
defend
is that
Dak. I
what
can't
has he?
defend the Cowboys.
How can you put him as a top 5 quarterback and he's only won 2? Who on here else has only won two playoff games?
Games.
And think of their tenure in the league. Now, don't try to throw Burrow out there knowing he's in his 3rd year or whatever. Come on.
Listen, as we all know,
I'll wait.
football is a team sport. It's not a me thing. It's not a me. We think Mahomes the greatest thing, but he had to throw the ball to somebody. They had to catch the ball. And you heard all season last year that none of his receivers could catch. But when it was time to catch, they caught the ball and they got better. Now, I can't control Dallas. I don't know about the team. I'm not
Who's
going to
gotten
ask no
better
question.
because
I'm
of
not a
that?
Jerry Jones.
I'll wait. Anybody. I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking at you. Who has Dak made better?
CC, a CD, whatever his name is. Again, not a Cowboy.
You really think he made CD Lamb better? I am not a Cowboys fan, but I do like CD Lamb. Are you really serious right now? Did you not
So
watch his
so
last one?
how can you be a good receiver if you don't have somebody
He would
throwing you the
do
ball?
this. He would do this wherever he's at. I don't think that Dak makes him better. I think Dak is holding him back from the stats he could have if he had a great quarterback. If he was in Houston, you gonna tell me his stats wouldn't be better? You don't think he'd have more yards? You don't think he'd have more touchdowns if he was under with Stroud opposed to him? Do you think that he would have more yards if he was with Caleb Williams? I put him there. Any other
The answer
quarterback
to that the answer to
any
that
other.
question is no. I
Mm,
don't think CD would have any better than stats or nothing. You know why? Because those teams that you named, Houston got 4 receivers, and it's
man,
going to be
listen.
split amongst the 4. You talking about the other team? They had other receivers. CD is perfectly placed. And why am I defending the Cowboys in anything I'm doing? This
There
is going
you
to hurt me.
because you clearly you know Ski.
this,
I'm at the cop.
this is
I could
hurting
go
me.
Kenny. Omar's on Omar. Vanessa's on here. Thank you. You guys are witnessing this Steeler turning into a fucking Cowboy fan. I'm sorry for my
You will
language.
never
He
see
has
me
just
turn.
really pissed me off. But
You
go
have
ahead.
never seen me turn the fan. What you want to do is you want to discard the quarterback who is a top 5 quarterback in this league. I'm not defending his team. I'm not going to defend anything. But if you can tell me a quarterback, and I'll let you look at every team, then you won't talk about Stroud, who's only in his 2nd year. We got to see if he's going to get a
And
sophomore slump.
he
We
has
don't
a
know.
playoff win in his first year. Are you serious right now? Stroud has a playoff win in his first rookie season. This man has been a Cowboys quarterback for 9 seasons, I believe, and he has 2. Don't you dare.
And
Numbers
you want to
don't
put that
lie.
all on him. And every one of those was his fault. Now, last year, he was horrible against Green Bay. And you want to put all that on him. I disagree, but again, I'm going to stop because
Mm.
I'm no longer defending any of this Cowboys because it's hurting my
I bet you.
heart.
It is. It's hurting
I'm,
my heart. Jesus Christ, I thought I knew you. Ooh, Jesus. What's up, Terrell? A nephew
oh
on
my
here,
God.
Terrell. Dallas Cow. Man, listen, we ain't even trying to talk about these cowgirls, but for some reason, this dude want to throw a dang cat
Some
Dak
reason.
in his top 5
Some
quarterbacks
reason.
with 2 wins, 2 playoff wins. I don't even. I'm gonna put some parameters around my next question next week. If I have any questions, I'm gonna
Please.
put some parameters around it. Like, okay, you
Well,
have to
since you are,
be in the league this many years. You have to have win before they can't even be in your dang answer. Do I? Man, listen.
so
I know
what you're
it's
okay. So
okay.
since you're killing my fifth or 5B. Please give me your top five so I can see who you think are the five
It's
best quarterbacks in this league.
honestly, after all that, y'all. With that being
Mm-hmm.
said, it's not much different. But my problem is that dumbass deck. Okay, man, listen. All right, all right, let's go to mine. Let's go to mine.
Come
Let's
on,
go
bring
to
it in.
mine. Farrah's. See, it's not much different. It really isn't. Let's see. Yeah, don't type Dallas Cowboys on my stuff no more. Start blocking
Oh,
people every Saturday. Farrah's top QBs. I'm going with, of course, Mahomes. I'm not
okay,
even this big
okay.
fan. Are you going? Did you see where he about to do some? I think in Frisco somewhere. I seen it. It came on my timeline. Him and some old heads are doing some autographs like today or something, and it's literally at some little hole in the wall that probably ain't nobody gonna be at. So some people might run over there and check out Mahomes. Actually, I seen my. Have you ever seen Mahomes here? He's here all the time. You would think he played for the damn Cowboys. I know he's from Dallas. I know he's from Texas. I met his brother, younger brother, at the Star, but he's at every Dallas game. I just, I don't understand. I'm talking about Mavs rather, but yes, Mahomes. I like Mahomes.
Uh-huh.
Jackson. I give it to him. I ain't say he wouldn't. He is my top. He's a top quarterback, but he ain't gonna make it to the Super Bowl. Hopefully he will, but I don't think. Allen, I do. I love Allen. I do. I will give him all the respect in the world. Hurts is my next one. I'm sorry. I've always been a Hurt fan. I wasn't a fan of his at Alabama. I thought he was a good player, but I'm not an Alabama fan. Then he came on over to my good old U, and we took care of him out here. So I've been pretty much a good fan. Don't roll your eyes, OU baby. Don't even act like that. Yeah, I guess you're
And
a UT.
then,
And then Stroud. I'm gonna give that young kid his respect. And you're gonna put Dak over him. This is why I got upset. Yes, Stroud is better than him. I will call it right now. I will claim it, write it down, take a picture. It's on video. We're recording it. Stroud. Well, I think he's better than that already. Unless something drastically happened, he went completely through last season. We all saw it. We saw the playoffs. We saw it. That is a different dude. I love him. I do love Dak off the court. I mean, off the field. He's a very good, upstanding guy, I would say. I think Stroud is perceiving to be, as of right now, very godly, very spiritual. That's the way he perceives to be so young. But definitely Stroud. This is why I got mad at you. I couldn't even believe you threw Dak in there.
hold on,
Just
hold
couldn't
on,
even do it.
hold
Go
on.
ahead, say,
You go,
mention it.
you gonna get mad at me.
I sure did. Just for throwing a Dallas anything on here. Me and you supposed to be together on but
You gonna get mad at me that I. Wait a minute. First, let me look at the top five before I even go into that.
go ahead. Do what you do.
Of your
I,
top five, where is Joe Burrow in your top five?
he ain't that. It ain't. He's not a top five for me. I'm sorry,
Excuse
he's
me.
not. He's not
Excuse
a
me.
top five for me.
So
He's
you
great.
picked
He's in the
the
top 10,
you
but
picked a
yeah,
rookie with potential
yes, I
versus
did.
somebody who's been in the league 3 4 years and has been
I
to a Super Bowl.
Yes, he didn't get the job done. He had a chance, and he didn't make it. I'm going. I'm betting on this one. I'm
So
betting
did
on this
Stroud get
one.
the job done and ran to the Super Bowl last year? Or did he
No,
win
he
one
didn't
game
run.
against
He
one
didn't
game?
run,
Just one.
but I guarantee. But let's see. You're saying that. Who did you say you mad at me about over the blonde haired dude that didn't cut Burrow?
Yes, Joe Burrow. Yes.
Burrow. He hasn't. He didn't go. He didn't win. Did he? Did he? What did he do his rookie year? I don't remember.
Um,
That's
I
half the
don't,
problem. And if I
I
don't
don't remember.
remember,
Be,
exactly. Look at there. Look, see, you answered it for yourself. Next, what other point you got?
but because Stroud's rookie year was just last year. Do you remember what T-shirt you wore 5 years ago? Do you remember what you ate for dinner 5 years ago? No, you don't. But you ate it. So why you gonna try to make me remember what the dude did
Look,
5 years ago? I don't remember none of that.
it's my take. That was your take. I just told you why I hated your take because of that. I was able to. I feel like I gave enough points to where he doesn't need to be on your top five. But it's your take.
But
But Stroud
but
is there. I'm putting him over Burrow, and yeah, yeah. I
I
am.
love Stroud. I love his
I love
potential.
him.
I
I
don't
love
I
him.
don't have a problem with him being, I have a problem with him being in the top 5 right now because where is he going to go? If you got potential, you need to be able to step up. And there's other than
Past
maybe
at least
Hurts, I
two
don't see
of
him
them.
jumping anybody.
Well, how not? I can see him. First off, okay, I love Hurts. Hurts is on the decline. Okay, Hurts gonna do something. He hurting. He hurting bad. So one more bad season, and then Philly is, as rough as those fans are, it's Super Bowl or nothing. You know, he's gonna have to
Hmm.
go to another Super Bowl. If he doesn't, I don't even see him being in Philly much longer. I don't know how much time he has left on his contract, but Philly, I think he should be there. But Philly is known to turn their back on somebody. So that's all, especially when it comes to a black quarterback. So that's all I'm saying is that he only has a year or two left to prove himself, and I feel like his whole career has been that way. Even when he was at Alabama, you know what I mean. He did get. He wanted. He won a. Think about it. At Alabama, he won a national championship. Right. The
Hmm.
next year they went to the national championship again. Then I think he had
Hmm.
a horrible first half. They benched him
Hmm.
and put into him. You know what I mean?
Yes, they did.
At that point, it was a wrap for him. You telling me they benched somebody who took him to the national championship? They needed to have benched him. I mean, at that moment for that game, if you want to win, we're not talking about what you've done. We're trying to win this game. Nick Saban was trying to win that night, so he had to make a change. Once he made that change, Hurts got pissed. He got hurt, and he ended up leaving. He went to Oklahoma. He graduated, went to grad school, and he came out here and he did his thing. And honestly, he came at the right time because before and after him was some great quarterbacks that came to OU that would have took his spot real quick. So he came in just actually at a perfect time.
Wow.
Caleb
Now,
Williams came in after that. He transferred because he went with the coach. You got to think, where was Caleb before he went out west? He was at OU. He went with the coach. The coach left. He went with.
you forgot about Rattler, who was there and went to
And
South Carolina represent.
that's why I said before and after he came at the perfect time to even be able
But
to play for OU that one year
what I'm gonna
and
say
took him
is
to a
this:
national
you
championship.
are correct. You are correct in one thing. He was playing bad, and the coach made a decision in that championship game. But you got to think about it. All right, so Tua won that game on one lucky pass who got caught by the receiver that Hurts throws to in Philadelphia. So a teammate that he plays
I
with.
don't
I
like
get all of
Tua.
that.
He came in and he
So,
was just the right place, right time. But I'm not a fan.
but you can't displace the fact that the young man won a national championship and then took you to another one. You might
Yes,
not. You took him out. That's number 2. Then he went to Oklahoma and became a monster in Oklahoma, so he can get drafted to high as where he did. In Philadelphia, nobody believes in the young man, and he proved them wrong. Now, last season there was some
but now
injuries,
wait,
and there was
stop. Then you see what I'm talking about? It's the same thing. Now he's doing it on the NFL level. You did real good. Now you're on the decline, and they get rid of
no,
you. That's
no,
that's
it
my
wasn't
fear.
him.
That's my fear.
Again, what I read, and what I was reading is that there was a tiff between him and the coach, and they weren't on the same page. And when you are not on the same page, there is a problem. And then I also heard if there's another bad season, they get rid of the coach because they owe the quarterback another $140 million. It's cheaper to lose $10 million than 140. I mean,
That's true.
somebody pay out and leave.
But his days
But
are numbered. His years are numbered if he does not take them back. That's
but
that's.
again, he's in an easy division, so I'm gonna throw that out
Oh
there.
God, yeah.
So
Oh
I'm
jeez,
not
maybe
gonna talk
should.
about that. He's in an easy division, and
Yeah.
they should be better. But what all I'm going to say is, and I don't question his pick, and I don't question that, and I don't really question Stroud in your top 5. I don't.
Okay.
I just believe in the idea of potential, and I got to see him grow. Everybody can have that one great year. I can be a superstar for one great year, then all of a sudden disappear off the face of the earth, become average. And I don't want that to happen. They're building things around him, and they got the right coaching staff in Houston and the right system. He's going to strive, but he's in a tough AFC, and
And he
two
didn't
of the
prove nothing last year. You don't feel like he
three of the
proved
people.
nothing last year in the AFC? He
Who
didn't
did he
prove
beat?
nothing. He didn't prove
He
nothing in the
proved.
AFC. Come on, man. Even his
He,
losses. Come on. He didn't prove nothing.
here's my point: the people that's ahead on your top 5 that's ahead of him. Who did he beat? And then he got to play them again. That's my point right there. He has to play them again, and
But
they're
I
ahead.
mean,
And
and,
then
and that's why they're ahead of him. But I do think He's the next man up. I think
And
he's
I
the
did
next
put
man
Burrow
up.
ahead of him, so that's at least 4 teams. That's gonna be, and then of course my Steelers, because I'm always gonna talk about the
Oh
truth.
God.
So
All right. Okay. Well, I ain't gonna be the dead horse dad, but
wow, wow,
had to. Sorry.
you got everybody in Dallas hating you right now, and I'm just
Oh,
okay over in the side corner. I'm good
hey,
over here. So
hate on me, hate on me,
mm,
hate. Mm,
mm.
I love the hate. So we're gonna move right on along, and let's see, Brandon Ayuk. Thought that was pretty interesting this week. Boy, I tell you what, these kids and this money. Um, that's all I'm gonna say. These kids and this money. Do you think that he's gonna be a 49er when it's kind of all said and done? Like, seriously,
You're asking me that question.
I'm
You gonna
asking.
sit there, look in my face, ask me that question with my Steeler logo and my Steeler hat, and
I'm okay.
all.
I'm asking you as a football uh, fan, not a Steeler is my team fan. I'm talking from your take, based off of what's going on. Will he be a 49er with everything going on? There's so much in the news. What's your take?
Okay. So for the last 2 weeks
Because
of
you
this
just mad because
noise,
the Steelers, I don't understand why you not happy. Steelers is in the market for him. Like, I don't get it. You should be happy.
that's why I'm saying you asking me that question. It's not with my heart. It's the fact that we are. It's either going to be San Francisco or Pittsburgh. That's the two choices. But I always thought this. He wants to stay in San Francisco. Everything about him wants to be a 49er.
But he want to get paid too.
They didn't. But he wants to get paid, and they only wanted to pay him a certain amount. So that's the only reason he said trade me to such and this all that yin yang. Now, over the last couple of hours, and it changes every 2 minutes apparently, they say that they have agreed to 3 of the 4 stipulations on his contract, except the fourth thing. He wants the fourth year to be guaranteed, and
That's
they
yeah.
don't want to
He
do
had to
that.
have yeah, and that's why he is not going to sign. He said until his last year's contract was adjusted. I didn't even know what he wanted until you just stated he was not signing. So yeah, I'm assuming if they don't do that, then we're gonna watch this play
So
out.
if they if they don't do that, then I don't know what the Steelers offered. Are the Steelers guaranteeing their fourth year when they trade him? Because I think that's already in place.
Yeah.
And the only reason I keep hearing that the trade hasn't really gone through, even though we go into this point with San Francisco, is because what they were asking for are 3 of the stars that are 1 of the 3 stars of the Steelers squad. And it would make no sense to trade somebody to bring somebody in, which would be the same player, that keeps you at the same level and doesn't make you better.
Well,
That's the point. So
yeah, I
I
can see
don't
that.
know if he's ever going to leave San Francisco. It could be just a play to get more money, and it is working because it looks like they're churning to get him closer to what he wants. Good for him.
Well,
But what I do want is this the end. I mean, I've never heard of Brandon Ayuk in my life before. Okay, he got drafted from Arizona
I mean,
State, and he went to San
he's a
Francisco,
bad
and
boy.
okay, he
He's a
made a
bad boy.
wonderful catch in the playoffs over somebody in Detroit. The ball when he caught it. But since then, why am I hearing about a dude that
Well, I
did you
mean,
lead the league in touchdowns? No.
no, I
Did you
mean
lead the league in
he's a
yards?
great
No.
player, but they need him. He's a great player for them. He's a great for them to lose him. You know what else do they have out there wide receiver wise? You know, I ain't gonna say they don't have any others, but he's a great part of it. And to lose him, who are you gonna go out and get to replace him? You know, and they're looking at Super Bowl. We're not looking at just trying to get a playoff win. We're trying to go back to the Super Bowl. So they got to keep all their parts together. I think the biggest thing with Ayuk right now is money. That's the whole thing that's driving it all, basically, and he feels like he deserves. You got to think where he was drafted. What Jefferson? He got paid. They were only
Hmm.
a couple drafts apart from each other. It's multiple people were getting paid around him. Well, what's his name? Speedy Gonzalez down in
That in Miami?
in Miami. He
Oh,
got paid.
well,
You know what I mean? It's
he
just
had to. He got like
Tariq.
10 kids. He got to pay
Yeah.
for them kids.
Tariq that got paid. Everybody's paying their people. I do kind of understand on the 49ers behalf on why they haven't paid them. Think about the people, but the one caveat. So they got to pay Purdy. Purdy's still on a 7th round salary. You know what I mean? He's still making 7th round pick salary. This is last year of it. They have to pay him next year. Not this year, next year. So they don't want to lose Purdy. So they got to make sure that they're keeping his money around. And you got to think about this salary cap. They got to make sure they can pay him next year. Then they got to pay Debo. They want to keep him next
Well, they
year.
paid. They gave
haven't
Depot a
paid him yet.
contract about a couple of years ago,
A
so
couple years ago,
he's
but it was
locked in.
only a 3-year contract. It's almost up. But the biggest issue, I think, the reason that Ayuk is mad is because they paid McCaffrey. Now, I think McCaffrey deserved to get paid. I don't even know why he's fussing about it. But if you can pay him, why are you not paying me? Because, they just gave McCaffrey, I think, a 2-year extension. You know what I mean? Like 30-something million, almost 40 million. So he wants to get paid. He thinks he deserves it. And I think even if they don't pay him, he has to leave. I think he'll get paid somewhere. But I do think the 49ers want to keep him. I think they will get a deal. I just don't know if they're going to do it before the season. You know what I mean? I don't know when this is going to. I don't know.
Well, the worst part of all of this, he's locked in for $14 million this year, and it's not. We spitting on $14.7 million. I don't really understand how is that humanly possible, but we literally doing
really
that.
are.
And I know he wants security, and so I get that. So either you're going to pay me or trade me. I'm going to get 4 years from this other team. You're going to give me 4 years or not.
But are you going to get a Super Bowl in that 4 years? Are you going to get a Super Bowl in those 4 years? Oh, because
for that other team, yeah, not this one. That other team, yes. But I'm going to say in that 4 years. But remember this: if you don't play Purdy next year, who's got to be guaranteed to be the highest paid quarterback, because Dak's going to get it this year, and then he's going to be next year. That means he's going to get over $60 million a year for Brock Purdy. They're going to have that money to give to him. So the best thing they can do is lock people up right now, because even if you don't lock them up, you're going to have to give up Debo next year to get that $60 million. You're going to have to give up. You drafted 3 wide receivers, I think 2 or 3 wide receivers in the draft. So you got young dudes who you hope will perform, so you can lose a couple of players, so you can save some of that money. But
I think the 49ers will let him go. Then I don't think they're going to pressure into what he want to do. They're trying to meet him halfway. But I still think they'll go to the Super Bowl without him. But he's a big key part. They need him. But he can.
I don't think they're Super Bowl worthy without him.
Yeah.
I don't. I think they take a step back without him. With him, you can have your prediction of Kansas City, San Francisco.
But that's why he's trying to play his card. But everybody's trying to play their card. CeeDee Lamb still trying to play. Did you see? Did you see what little Jerry said? Jerry said, "I don't care what he's talking about." We do this all the time. If y'all just here in Dallas, it's hilarious. But Jerry literally is on the news like, "I don't care."
We don't care. There's no rush to sign him.
There's no rush to sign him. What did he say? He said nothing
he's
doing is going to make us pay you. We miss you, but what did he say? He was about to quote it. It was something he said, but Jerry is like,
we miss you, but we don't miss you on the field. I mean, on the plane, because you ain't playing. Jerry, what are you talking about? Shut up.
Jerry is out here on the news, literally giving CD the business like, sit at home. Who cares?
But he is right, because CD is locking their rookie deal right now, and then they can lock him up for a couple of more years before he can become an unrestricted free agent. So what is he really gonna do but whine or not play? And if you don't play, you don't get paid, you get fined. What can you really do?
He think he's forcing somebody. I don't know who he's talking to. They're a little ghetto out here. Some of these kids, so probably his mama got something to do with it. I don't know what's up with that lady. I'd love to meet her in Walmart. Anyway, she seems like a funny lady. We're going to move right on along now. Mr. J.J. McCarthy. Nobody saw the injury.
Did the injury exist?
It existed. The injury existed. It was just that he didn't know he was hurt for a couple of days. It took a couple of days, and he felt a little bit of pain. He told the staff. Well, meniscus is kind of like that. I've seen that. You can tear your meniscus and still be able to walk, that type of thing. So eventually, they said he tore his meniscus. They didn't know whether he was going to just have, a small little surgery to shave it, whatever. But they're having full surgery. He's gone. It's over for him for the season. So Man, that's a big blow to them darn Vikings. God, dog. Because I really did have some high hopes for McCarthy. I like him. I'm not saying he's going to take him to the Super Bowl, but I think he's a great addition. I think he's going to build that team up. That's a good quarterback to build around. What you think? How you
Well,
think it's going to turn out?
I agree with you. When I saw him in Michigan, I didn't think he was going to be a quarterback. I mean, he was what they needed for Harbaugh's system, and I thought that was a system situation. But then I started watching. I'm like, Harbaugh was kind of holding him back. It wasn't
Yes.
that he could do the things he needed to do. And then as I saw him getting ready for the draft and going through, I'm like, this kid has really got something. And then I watched him play that game, and I'm like, this kid is going to be a monster. This kid can really do it. And then you get the news a couple of days later that dude's going to have a leg surgery. Shouldn't be that bad. It's just meniscus. It was like boom, boom, boom. Then they went in there, and it's like, bruh,
Done. It's over.
bruh,
But
season's over, man.
and this goes back to us fussing about who should be playing. I wanted to see, Chicago Bears play Caleb, but these type things happen in the preseason, and it's like, dang, he lost his whole season for what? A preseason
But here's the
game?
question. As you mentioned earlier in the beginning, did you see the injury? It wasn't that he took a hit, it wasn't running. So what that meant was that thing was going to tear
Anyway,
eventually, regard if he was sitting there smoking a cigar and jump up out the chair or he would walk. That means something was already in there before. Because
possibly
usually if
that.
I
Yeah.
see an injury or hit something like that, or maybe it's just wearing down. I don't know. I can't tell a young man's history. I don't know, and I had never had a meniscus tear. But if it was that, if it was not a hit and it wasn't a play that we could even recognize and he didn't recognize, what that means that thing was ready to snap anyway. But
Crackle
on the
and pop.
downside, yeah, ready to, you know what I'm saying? So on our side is, I'm sorry the young man's missing a season. He
I'm
gets to sit
very
there and
sorry.
look this season and kind of learn, and no pressure on him, which is
Yeah.
great. And then he comes back next year healthy as a starting quarterback
But
with a year on his belt that he can watch and get ready and be ready to play and take Minnesota to the first round of playoffs and lose next year. I mean, good for him. I'm
I
ready. Go
mean,
Vikings.
I get that, but we're clearly not Viking fans because did you see who they replaced it with? Man, oh, they're wasting money. They could have just fed the homeless, bought some little houses for homeless. Just forget it. Just hand it off to the running back. We ain't gonna have a quarterback this year. They picked up Sam Darnold.
The
Ah,
legend Sam Darnold. The dude who saw
man,
Ghost in New York and in Carolina. The dude was seeing Ghost behind him.
look though, what is it about Carolina? The Steelers love getting people from Carolina because then just I think the other day, 2 days ago, they went ahead and signed Matt Cole as well. Matt Cole,
Matt
exactly.
Corral.
Corral. See,
Matt
exactly.
Corral
I can't
Vikings,
even say
yeah.
his name because I don't know. I think this kid has never played. I think he was drafted. Carolina drafted him. I think third
Second
round or
round.
something like that. Something like
Second or
that.
third round out of Mississippi.
Did he get hurt? Something happened. He never played. I don't remember what the whole situation was, but he ain't played. I don't know if he got hurt or whatever the case is. But anywho, uh, what does it matter? We're not even about to put my thought process into that. Matt Carroll, Corral, and Sam Darnold. Good luck to the Vikings fans. I feel sorry for you guys. I ain't got no hate for you. You know what I'm saying? So for this to
Me
happen
either.
to you guys, I feel bad for you. But you'll be back next season. Sam
Yeah.
Darnold, man. Why is that dude still there? Go get Kaepernick. Kaepernick still want to play.
That's another conversation. He's supposed to be a coach in down there for the Chargers.
Wait
That's
a
a
minute.
conversation we have another time.
Wait a
You didn't
minute.
you didn't re- you didn't hear Harbaugh offered him a coaching job? You didn't hear that Harbaugh offered him a coaching job on the staff?
No, I did not. Did he
Yep,
not? He
he
didn't
offered him.
take it. I didn't hear
No,
anything
right now
about
he did
that.
not take it at all. But it was an
Seriously.
offer. Harbaugh said he would be a great coach. I would want him in there, and he thought about it. But right now he didn't accept the job. So I'm thinking that any way to get back in the NFL, you can accept the job, and when your quarterbacks get hurt, you can slip him in the uniform, and you got him back in there. But
Wow, Lord.
yeah,
Wow.
it was an offer this year.
First off, this dude is not getting offers anywhere. He's blackballed himself, and I'm a Kaepernick fan. I believe in whatever
Me too.
he was standing for. I ain't saying that, but in the end, you are unemployed, man. Your career's gone. So if somebody
But
offers you
fair,
something of that nature, take it, man. Shit.
but fair. It's been 8 years. It's
Go
been 8 years
exactly.
now.
Somebody go on and take a job. Let it go. Let it go.
It's been 8 years.
Let it
So
go. So
We won't talk
yeah,
about that. That's a
yeah,
subject for another day.
yeah. But goodwill wishes to Mr. McCarthy. He'll be all right. He'll learn. On
Don't
to the
worry.
next. Chicago Bears. What you think about their season? You think they're gonna make the playoffs?
I'm gonna give this a minute of my time. Um, go
Say a
Bears.
minute. A
Great,
minute.
great, great wide receivers, and the young man, the quarterback, looks amazing in preseason. I heard
Yeah.
they were doing preseason with whoever team they're playing today. Who does Cincinnati?
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Um,
I do have
and
Cincinnati.
they were doing and they were saying he out of the 2 or 3 days they were training together, he
Mm.
had like 15 touchdowns and no interceptions. So he must be looking marvelous in practice. I don't know. I hadn't been there.
I seen
And
the
I hope
post and
that
that he's
translates for
good.
Chicago because Chicago fans need a quarterback. Because I don't think other than, yeah, you can't name a Chicago quarterback. That's all I'm going to say. I'm saying, yeah. That
So are
has
they
been
going to the
successful.
playoffs or not? Or no? Are they going
In
to
the
the playoffs?
NFC, it's possible because it's
Yeah,
not that deep. But remember,
exactly.
they're in a division that you're going to have to go through Detroit and Green Bay to
Really?
get through. And then what's left in the NFC? You got what we talk about this another time. Atlanta, that maybe out of one division. You may
I think they
have
got it. I think they got a
whoever.
chance. I think they got a chance. If
So
nothing else, a wild card. I think they will. I do have high hopes
they
for it.
have
They
enough
will.
talent around them. They have enough
Definitely.
talent that they can be successful.
And they have a good coaching staff. So I think it's gonna be some good stuff for the Bears this year. But we're gonna have to
And,
watch and see. Don't hold me to it.
and I'm gonna tell you, I'm a fan of their coaching staff, and the reason I'm gonna say that because of another topic we're gonna talk later. Oh, I love their coaching staff. Oh my gosh, I'll tell you why soon.
All right, y'all heard him. So the Bears are going. Anybody else? Erica, hey Aisha. Let's see. Erica Ross. Hey Erica. Hey Aisha. What's up, Ike? Let's see. Kaepernick makes money in so many other ways. He isn't taking the job. No bear hate, please. Oh shit. We
We
ain't hating
will
on
never
your
talk
bear.
bad about the Bears.
We ain't hating on your bears. We're not. But Kaepernick is making some money in some other places, so I think it would have been a pretty good, opportunity for him. We always turning something down, but to each his own. He know what's best for him. But yeah, bear down. We're gonna see how down y'all bear this year. Let's see. Let's just hope y'all quarterback don't run himself into an injury. Let's try not to let the game come to him and him not overdoing things. And he's known to do that. Oh God, he was known to do that at OU. He was known to do that at USC. So hopefully he doesn't do too much and injure himself running and all thinking he can be Superman because this is the NFL. Okay. What's up, Paul? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all check him out before me. The Extra Point with Paul Coulter and T Sizzle. 9 a.m. All right, y'all. But no, definitely, I think they'll make the playoffs, even if it's just a wild card. I'm a root for them. I think that they will. I truly do. So we'll see.
NFC is not that tough, so it's
Um,
a possibility. And all you got to do is get in. Whenever you get in there, anything can happen. So
And guys, this is his little touchy his little team. I saved this for last because he's a Steeler fan. I think everybody knows at this point. Yeah. Let's see. So, who will those Steelers start? Who y'all gonna start? Who y'all gonna start?
first, I'm gonna have to shout out Erica because she literally walked us into this topic and said she's still a Justin Fields fan. She literally walked us in here. Thank you, Erica.
She did.
Appreciate that. Good looking
She
out.
did. She
Now,
did. There go your boy right there.
so so you ask who am I pulling? Well, who do I believe will be the starter
Mm-hmm.
in Pittsburgh? Wow, I believe if no injuries, Russell Wilson would be the starter. That doesn't mean he's going to stay there at all.
Wow.
Because I know at the end of the season, they're only going to pay one. And why would you pay a 36-year-old quarterback that you're getting for free?
Well, I mean, that's
So,
the whole point.
we're-
They have him at a discount, dude. They have him at a discount.
so, and that's why. Listen, we can start him and see what he does, and then Fields is going to see the field because I love his athleticism. I love his arm.
You love
Um,
those fumbles?
I, I don't love the fumbles.
It's just saying.
We all have those situations. But we got all got the problems. But and he's young, and we can pay him if he does anything, we can pay him for the next 4 or 5 years, and don't have to pay him $60 million. He won't go in that market because he knows this is a second chance. But
Yeah, that makes
being
sense.
a
That
Steeler
does.
fan, I'll be honest. I'm just excited because it's better than what was in my Steeler room last year. I don't care what you said.
I
This
know
is
you
much better
happy.
than what's in my Steelers room.
You better be over there happy every Saturday. Let's see. Paul said use them both, and I truly agree with that. Use them both. Fields can be like the slash Cordell Stewart.
He can, but
He
I don't
could,
want
he
him. I
could,
don't
he
want. I don't
could.
want him to get hurt though. There's a new generation. He may get hit and get hurt that we don't have a backup quarterback.
I
You
mean,
know,
but
Bill
fumbles,
Cowher didn't care
yeah,
about
yeah.
Slash in the beginning. All he saw was athleticism. He didn't care about Slash. I watched him, but I just want to make sure that the one who gives us the best chance to win performs. And right now, for what we have set up and how everything goes, if you bring that dude that we were talking about in another set, that IU person, I would want Fields to start, and the reason why, because I want everybody to grow together. That would be everybody came in and
Grow
grow
or
together.
win? Do you want to grow together? Do you want to win together? I need to do both. And I honestly just don't trust Fields right now. I mean, you got to think Wilson. I'm not. Listen, y'all. I am a Wilson fan. Fight me. Um, I like Wilson. Wilson went to NC State. I always have little ties to people why I like them. He originated at NC State. I know, transferred back out west, whatever. But he was a Wolfpack, so that's where my love came for him. But he didn't do as well with the Broncos. I think we could have had a better season with the Broncos. I'm still mad that they took him out, benched him, changed the contract, don't do it, and we was on a 5 game winning streak. That's all I'm saying. As long as Sierra keep him happy, we can do something. Pop out another kid. Out of Pittsburgh. However you need to do it. But I do still believe in him. I believe in him way over Fields. Fields right now is fumbling. He's doing way too much to lose a game. I can't see them incorporating using them both. Like
Yep.
Paul was stating. But that is going to be at a limited situation. The coach said needs to sit down and get this right. Who the hell we're gonna play? How we gonna do it? Second down, third down. How are they gonna play them? I think it can be accomplished, but I'm gonna go with Wilson because I gotta go with team. I gotta go with experience. No, he's not the best, but hell, look at. I mean, I do think Fields will be the face at some point, but he has so much growing to do. I don't think he was dealt the perfect hand when he first came. When he first got there.
I agree.
So he's been handed a hard hand. So he's kind of starting over. This is almost damn near a rookie year again. And think about it, he's growing and learning from somebody. I don't care what you say about Wilson. Wilson will teach. He will coach. He is definitely inspiring this boy and teaching him everything he can, helping him. I know he is. It was just him and dude out in Colorado. They didn't get along. Peyton got rid of him, whatever the dude name from New Orleans.
Well,
But
well,
I'm
at first,
gonna go
there's
with
too many
Wilson.
things to do in Colorado. There's too many other things to do in Colorado, so we won't
Yeah,
even
but
talk about it.
my Christian boy ain't doing none of that, so don't act like that. But I do think Wilson should be that. I think they should incorporate them both. I don't trust Fields, so I feel as though if you want to win and you want to go to at least get a playoff game, I think
We can get a
Wilson.
playoff game with you at quarterback. That's what we do. We can get a playoff game
Mm,
with you at quarterback every year. That don't mean we win them.
you
We get there.
probably could. You probably could, but I truly, truly think that Wilson. I think Wilson has something to prove. He has a chip on his shoulder. I think the general manager out there, the coach out in college, they made him look stupid. Like they brought old dude in from New Orleans, made him look like an idiot, fussing at him on the field. This is that, and now he's in a new environment. And he's just missed the positivity of the NFL. We all know this, so he take his blessings, and God is good, and He is. But I do think with his
All the time.
perspective, how he is, and all the time, God is good.
All the time.
I just really think he's going to coach him. I think he's going to bring him up. But Wilson will have to lead the way. That's just my
Well,
opinion.
what I'm excited is the back and forth between a Tomlin and a Wilson conversation. That's gonna be the greatest things all season if he's starting.
But they're gonna
Tomlin's
get
here,
along. They're
Wilson's here.
good. Yes,
It's going to be outstanding, and they're never going to clash because Tomlin is never going to be one of the people who talk about you
no.
outside.
He
He
take
keeps
care of his
everything in
people.
house, and not he take care of his people, and I believe he loves Russell Wilson, and I believe he loves Fields. So I don't have a doubt about that. He's going to do the best thing. I think as you said, Russ didn't give a fair shot in Denver. They didn't. But then I heard he came in with a big head too, because he had that big head in Seattle, and I heard that. But I've never in that locker room. I'm not gonna say that. But as you said, Mr. Positively, he gonna do the right things. I just hope, the one thing you say about Fields that he fumbles. The one thing you're gonna say about Russ, he holds the ball too long. He thinks he can make a
Yeah.
play, and now you're 36. You can make a play at
And he
25.
5'11", they say he's 6 foot, but he 5'11". Back there, he's a
So,
pretty short dude, but
just don't hold the ball too long, and he makes the right decisions. This team can soar, and I'm excited. You're gonna see me wearing my Steeler gear. I may rock one of the two jerseys. I don't know. I hadn't decided which one I'm going to grab. You got to grab both. But then on a side note, I got a collection of all black quarterback jerseys, so that's just something I
oh,
did. I
fine.
got that, so two more. But right now, go with
Okay.
Wilson. And if something happens, Fields is ready to start. But I guarantee Tomlin ain't gonna snatch Wilson out and say, "Listen,
No, he's not
you
gonna. He's not
blah
gonna
blah." No, ain't gonna
embarrass
be
him
that.
or do something like. It's
No,
not gonna be that. I think they need to figure out a way to incorporate them together. And like I said, Tomlin ain't crazy. He got Wilson out there training this young buck up to do exactly what he
teaching
needs
him.
to take
Yep.
this team on and keep it moving. So and he has the perfect person to actually do it. So honestly, I think it's gonna be a good match. I think it's gonna be a good pair. Just how they use
Oh,
them, what they talking
by the way,
about.
Farrah,
What's
Paul
up?
agreed that you can win 10 games for the Steelers at quarterback too. Paul was agreed to that.
Line them up. It's in the elbow. It's in the elbow. I mean, I'm a pocket passer. I ain't out here running now. Y'all better get some 400-pound people to protect me because I can't. My back ain't good no more. I can't run. But I'll
Don't need to.
step.
That listen,
I'll step.
defensive carry. Listen, you look like that quarterback who took y'all to the Super Bowl. Peyton
Look,
Manning, who couldn't do nothing but throw.
look here. Y'all don't trip on me because some years back, a lot of years back, quick story. I played paddle puff football for Jalen's little football team. Jalen only played 1 year, okay, y'all. So this is a very long time ago. Like he was 10, maybe. Yeah. So I'm out here. We're playing paddle puff football. The parents were supposed to play. I didn't know. Just moved to Texas 2 years ago. I'm athletic. I can do it. Let me tell you, with some 6'5" motherfucking moms out there doing birthday butts. Man, listen, I was scared to death. My God, we had a couple practices. We went out there, boy. And when I tell you, your girl from NC showed their ass. I broke my finger getting an interception. I caught the interception and I scored. The finger looked like a Z. They were like snap, 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 trying to snap it back. Yeah, I went up, got it. When I came down, I guess I landed a little bit. But football, yeah, just had that little. I could do it. Trust and believe. And it was some coaches out there. People told me to come and play some powder puff football. I was a badass defensive end, man. I'm trying to tell you, I was out there cornering. You couldn't get nothing on me. So I did.
Say
I did.
6'5" Texas mamas out there.
Man, listen, the quarterback was 6'5". Man, listen, Bert the Butt had them dang childbearing hips. Them ones that sit in the stand with the little all they food and chips on the side. Them hoes after don't play. They came out there. I said, "Oh y'all, this." Well, I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else was. Anybody tell me? But I was at Lake Highlands, so we had a predominantly African American team. Um, didn't matter in
Okay,
Texas.
okay.
Didn't matter in Texas. Broke my finger. Had to take myself to the hospital. All that therapy. Yeah, this finger is crooked to this day because of powder puff football in Texas. Y'all, they don't play no games out here. So I let it be.
So
And I ain't allowed to play powder puff football no more. One game. Broke finger. But I
so
scored.
what? So what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna call Tomlin and say we got a third string ready to go, just in
You,
case something happens this season.
I
There
cannot
you
do
go.
anything else, but I will be the quarterback. So I'm there for you, Tomlin. I think me and Tomlin will get
There you
along
go.
anyway. But here we go. Let's keep it moving. We almost there, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there with us. So we have a lot of darn games on today. For whoever love Preseason, knock yourself out. But we have 13 preseason games on today. You guys have fun with it. Anything you looking for? Any games you looking for today that you just need to see? Tours. I think we got.
Anything I need to see, I'm gonna watch a little bit of the what's this? No, not really. I'm waiting for 7 o'clock tonight. My Steelers play first. I want to see your boy start.
Oh, they played the Bills. Tyrone, if you still on here, the Bills. I didn't know you was a Bills fan. Honestly, Tyrone. I don't know if you're still on here, but yeah, that part. Y'all play
So
tonight. First
so
quarter. At least you might see something good. The first quarter.
I'm gonna watch that, and then maybe keep an eye on a little bit of the Houston game to kind of see what they looking like. Even though they beat us the first game, but we didn't play nobody, and they did, so it's okay. And I'm just as you are. I'm excited for football, and if I turn the station something on, I'm sitting there watching. I don't care. I'm gonna be watching it, just getting ready.
Is there any
So
WNBA on today? I watched yesterday a little bit. Man, I'm so mad at that damn Caitlyn. I'm so. You ever had somebody you just hate it so good and you don't want to like them?
see, I told y'all in that first podcast, y'all made me defend that girl, and I told you why I was gonna defend that girl because that girl is a player now. That this is
I look
last
like this
13
for a
games of the
reason.
season.
I look like this for a
She is
reason.
gonna be a beast. So she gonna be okay, and they gonna be okay. So
Yeah. So if I see any WNBA on the day, I probably watch that opposed to this. That's why I brought it up. Y'all go ahead and please support y'all WNBA. But honestly, I'm a little mad. I'm seeing the stats. I think Fever. If nobody watches anything, everybody know about Caitlin Clarkson and Angel Reese. If nothing else, I really want Angel to win Rookie of the Year. They lost just day before yesterday, and that damn Caitlin. And you know what? I love that team. I do love Indiana Fever. I don't like her. I love Aaliyah Boston. You know what I mean? I love the chick from Baylor. I love all the surrounding people. I just don't want to go for Caitlin, but she just makes you have to be like, damn. Because yesterday I
well,
watched her beat 3 Olympians. What I'm talking about, put it on them. You may not have seen the game, but she played. I think it was Phoenix. They had
yep,
Tarasi. They had Coop and Copper. Copper.
yeah,
We just talked about her last week. She won the gold medal for us, damn near, at the Olympics. And they have Griner, and they got handled yesterday. And did to come to find out, I didn't know they swept them. They beat them
yeah.
3 times this season. So I know
Now remember,
they're tired. I know they're tired, but they was out there talking a little bit smack. I seen Grind even got a tech at the end. Like y'all can't talk trash, and these young bucks is running a venue, and that's what I
hmm
saw yesterday. I see the ties turning. Man, Tarasi, yeah, she was looking real crazy out there. She was just grabbing at her arm. She was running by her. I'm like, Tarasi, but she didn't even play at the Olympics. Saving herself back for the season. What good did that fucking do? But
well, I'm excited about the last 13 games. I want to see my girl Asia turn up because it's gonna turn up again because it's always playoff time. I love that. Indiana's gonna be a great team. Chicago, I was worried because right before the break they made that trade and they lost their shooter, so they
yeah,
don't have anybody. And Kennedy Carter didn't play the other night, so don't worry about that. So
I am worried about that
um,
because they lost and Indiana won, so they're a game up on them. I'm trying to see if whoever goes to the playoffs, that's who's gonna win Rookie of the Year. I can tell you that now. Whoever's out, because right now they're both on the border of going to the playoffs. Yes, it's halfway through the season, but man, damn Indiana's looking really, really good. They're really looking good.
Cole Cole rookie of the
Man,
years and live with it. Cole rookie of the year and
they
live with
ain't
it.
gonna
That's
give him
all.
Cove. They ain't gonna give him Cove. I
I mean,
I
you
want to
can.
see the Sky win. I do too. I do too. I do too, but they're
So,
just not. So I don't really know what to say about it. But anywho, y'all watch y'all football today. I know I'm not watching. I'm just gonna be honest. I'll catch a couple first quarters of some games. Let's see. Oh, y'all cowgirls play the Raiders, and they having. If you didn't know, if you in Dallas, I did see that they going. They having a star. They finally gonna use a star. They
yeah.
built all that. Now they're gonna use it. So they're having a free practice out there. Um, Are they practicing on the little field outside, or they going inside? I'm assuming inside. I've never been inside.
Well, I think they're gonna be outside, but it's
That
112
little field,
degrees, and
but that little, they're not. Kids are playing on that field. That is not a practice field. Because I know inside, and then they do a lot of MMA. They have the football field. And I think they have like a
high school
hotel. So
football,
yeah, and
everything,
they have
yeah,
like a
in there.
hotel that surrounds it. And I think coaches and people can just stand up there and watch the game from their rooms. The rooms look down on the field. It's pretty awesome. But they have a free practice, I think, or something for people to come and watch. So y'all definitely going out there and
If
get you
that's the
some
case,
help.
it's in the practice field behind the building.
Yeah, go
That
on
field that
out
they
there and
have right
melt.
behind outside.
Go
Yeah.
on out there and melt with them damn dummies. Out there at the
No
start
thank
and hit that traffic on the toll well. Not don't knock yourself out. So just want to throw that out there. I'm not.
you.
Yeah,
Boy,
playing
I've never met
traffic.
anybody who hate Dallas as much as I do. I love you, Farrah. Just let you
Yeah,
know that.
they play in traffic. That's what they can do. All right. So
Play in
let's go
traffic.
on. Let's go on. So y'all know every week I love to talk about a small business in our area or not. And doesn't have to be in that area. So this week I do want to spotlight Annabelle's Perfect Blend. Annabelle's Perfect Blend. Just for all of you guys on the East Coast, she is actually from Charlotte. I met her out here, but she's from Charlotte. She has a skincare business. She's been in business for a long time. Please check her out, Facebook, Instagram. As you can see, she has millions and millions of lots of followers. I promise you, she's very, very much established. She lives here in Dallas. I think she's actually moving into an actual location. I'll post it on our page once I get the address. I think she's moving kind of next week, but you can order on her website at annabellesperfectblend.com. She's always so stocked up and backed up. You guys, you don't understand. She makes the stuff from hand, from scratch, in her kitchen. I've watched her do it. If anybody came to my pop up that we did in Dallas, downtown, at the what's that, South Side on Lamar, down there, I had a pop up there when we first opened Razzle Dazzle a few years back. That was at her actual home. She actually had a pop up there. We all had that. And if you came to Charlotte, North Carolina, to my pop up, I did it in conjunction with Annabelle's Perfect Blend. So if any of y'all got some of that good hair care products, the lotion, and you're like, I forgot all about that chick, there's the info. So make sure you take that down, follow, like, share, order, give her a call. I actually know her personally, so if you're like, Farrah, can you holler up for me? Because I can't see her. Whatever. Let me know. I got you. Her name is Erica Richardson. So make sure you guys follow her. Her stuff is amazing, and it is for men as well. She makes things for men. So it is not just for women. It's women and men skincare. Okay. So definitely, you guys take a look, like, follow, share, and order. And order.
Now that you added that men in the conversation, I gotta do something, maybe
Me and
find
I
a
mean,
little something too.
but your wifey and your daughter and all this is natural. All of this is natural products. She makes it. I promise you, right in her kitchen. She orders, her shea butter, all that good stuff, the big blocks. And I've literally watched her make this stuff. She is so passionate about her business, and make sure that she puts everything that she has into it. So, make sure you guys order. I promise you, you're gonna
Will
like it.
do.
You're gonna like it. All right, so we're coming to the end of our day, and you guys know how we like to end it. We need, always need some news you just can't dang gum use, okay? Uh, we need some news we can't use. And this week, some of you guys may have seen it. I thought it was just rude, and just socially unacceptable. Hmm. But ESPN, Griffin out. Jason Kelsey is in. I just don't understand that. If you guys didn't see that, Robert Griffin Jr., not Jr., my bad, the third. He actually is a news broadcaster, analyst, whatever you want to call it, for ESPN. He was under a 5-year contract. Of course, he played in the NFL. I think he played for the Commanders, Redskins at that time. All that good stuff. Awesome guy, really good stand-up guy. But he was on a 5-year contract. and they canceled him, and with 2 years left on the contract, and they then replaced him with Jason Kelsey in relation to Travis Kelsey. I don't know, could be me, some news you can't use, but I tell you what, them Swifties, they make stuff happen. That's all I'm saying. I just do not know. Now, if she's in the Super Bowl, if she performs in the Super Bowl, we got a problem. We got a problem. We got a problem. But I do think this is so wrong. They just undermined this man, took his darn job. Then they had her to say it was for budgeting end of year for ESPN. Really? Are you serious right now? Then they tried to throw it off on some comments he may have made about Florida State not making the playoffs last year. Really? They fired that Ponder chick as well. It was another analyst, a female. So I'm like, are they doing something on the low? But in the end, when they finally announced the multi-year contract with Jason Kelsey for Monday Night Football, the answer came. What say you?
They had to get that money from somewhere. Number one, I don't know. I didn't expect it to be RG3. I really didn't, because I was liking his movement. I was watching his movement since he got there and the different things in the NFL, then college, and so he was versatile and was able to do stuff.
Out.
But something happened in essence for him and Samantha Ponder, because Ponder was the host of the NFL show on Sundays right before games start, whatever that name on it. So they got rid of her, and maybe it was just contract. They just cut, cause ESPN cut people in a minute. Don't get me wrong, people leave ESPN in a minute, but But the thing I'm hearing is they are paying off the contract, so he's still getting his money over the next 2 years. So I wait to him to pop up on Fox. Maybe wait to see him do some college football somewhere.
They did say that he
relax, enjoy his family.
Other capacities, but I think through the embarrassment, he needs to just gone ahead.
But ESPN is something. That's all I'm gonna say. And RG3, you can call me. We got a podcast that you can join. We're not gonna pay you like ESPN does.
I got you.
But we got something you can talk about.
We got you over here on our tape. You can say whatever you want to. If you feel like Florida State got gypped,
that Florida State got gypped.
So you always got a spot here, RG3. Just know that.
Come on in.
But I'm just sick of these damn Swifties. That's just me. It's my take. This is our take. That's the name of it. But I do think. Did we even talk about this dude 2 years ago before his brother played against him? I mean, yes, of course, he is a brother of him, but he was nothing to that stature. All of a sudden, they played each other in the Super Bowl. Of course, we seen that, brothers. I get it. And, he seemed like a pretty cool guy. Then, last year, then he retires. Then he's, if there was no shirt on with Taylor Swift. As soon as they had those pictures, him up there drinking beer, chugging them, chug.
Well,
Taylor... I mean, now all of a sudden he gets a multi-year deal. Who is this guy? I can name a lot more people who could deserve this job opposed to him. Who the hell is he? Besides Swifty and his brother's brother.
Well, I'm going to say this. Kelsey is a great offensive lineman in Philly, and he was the reason they did what they did. Yeah. But he became really famous after they won that Super Bowl, and he was wearing some type of genie outfit on the parade. Do you remember that when he wore that? That was where we found out he has a personality. We just thought he was a big offensive lineman from that point up.
Drink beer. Taking quarterback.
You know what I'm saying? So he had a strange personality. Then all of a sudden, his brother becomes famous for. He's supposed to be a great tight end. Excuse me. He's a great tight end. I'm not gonna say it, but then got more famous because he dated some young lady. We won't call her name at all. And now this young man is taking that. Listen, they got their mama doing commercials. So I mean, what's the expectation? Mama doing soup commercials. Mom wearing jerseys and popping up on TV. So there was no doubt. And if you listen to him talk, he's pretty eloquent when he talks. He's not one of those dudes that has to. So I'm gonna give him credit for that, and I believe he put work in. So I'm not going to taper my opinion until I see what he does. But tell you the truth, we don't look at Monday Night Football like we used to anymore unless our team plays. So I'm not going to hear him until maybe once this year anyway. So it makes no difference.
We don't, but I'm pissed because I just feel like ESPN was dirty. They've been
Yep.
doing some kind of dirty stuff here lately. I think it's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know, but I do think it's just that the whole bias with Kelsey Swift, ESPN, and then you get rid of RG3.
Well,
I
well,
won't give
Paul,
him
we
an
want you to do
address.
this.
Well, Paul Boy,
Paul, you made.
he had
Yeah, he said
personal.
he did say some non-issue things about Disney, and that's fine. But Paul, if you ever run into him, we're not connected with Disney. Tell him to come over here. He can say whatever he wants,
He
and
can hit
and
your
that
show
way
up first,
we're
then come
fine.
to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come on over here. We don't care about them.
Kelsey did well on Amazon last time. First, Paul, are you on here defending this man for taking RG3's job? Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing?
I don't think
He
he's
did so
doing that.
well. You don't think so? You don't think
I
that has nothing to do with it?
no. To tell you the truth, I think I heard about this contract being Kelsey was
Mm,
going to come into the Monday Night Football
mm.
before they fired, but they didn't sign it until maybe they need to get their free up some money. And guess how they freed up some money?
By firing RG3. But that's all I'm saying. You fired RG3, you're done, call it a day. They probably ain't paying this whole contract out. They probably agreed. And RG3 seems like a little poster boy. He seems like he's real passive because I read his little take on, oh, you guys were great there. Man, fuck, you fired me. Are you serious? He's on there like, oh, it was awesome, amazing people I worked with. No, thank you. We're gonna keep this 100. You let me go, I'm out. That's just the end of it. And that you,
That's what he told his boys. He couldn't do that on camera because he's looking for
he
another
did
job.
it.
You
He
can't.
did it on Twitter. I'm just saying, I get it, and that's why I'm like, the way he is, he's not gonna pursue anything. He's not gonna fuss about anything. Just he was the punk boy to do it to. So that's all. What that took Stephen A. Smith off. Tell me that. Well, how would this work out? Oh,
I'm,
okay, thank you.
I,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to talk about Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. wants 100 million, and that's coming out of the other folks' deal. I mean, Stephen A. the man. He's made ESPN what it is these last several years. I mean, to an extent, like him or hate him, love him or hate him. He took this over from Skip Bayless. Took it, and he literally has catapulted them, good or bad or indifferent.
And he's outlasted Skip since Skip has got fired or left Fox. So he's
Right? He
outlasted
left
Skip.
Fox.
So
He left Fox, or
yeah,
Fox.
he left all right. Yeah, okay.
So we'll see.
So
You know what I mean? So, anywho, just wanted to go over that a little bit. Just ESPN dirty. But it's just some news we just simply can't use. So, definitely just want to say thank you guys for joining us this morning. Please join us next week. And we will be here next Saturday, 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern. We will throw this on YouTube. I'll probably take a couple clips out. I appreciate everybody joining. Please like, follow, share.
please.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Get us out there. We just like doing what we do and give our take, barbershop style. We ain't commentators. We just do this because we love it. Outside of that,
Amen.
thank you again. Thanks, TT. Go on and spend some money on those women in your house today. And I'm just going to chillax. You know what I mean? So, y'all go watch
Go,
your football. Have a good day. Till next week, 10-4.